Dude, I gotta call you out on something, Gus.
Do it.
So last week, the patch debuted at #1 on iTunes. Like, literally #1. It was the #1 audio podcast across all categories. Not just gaming, but it was, like downloadable. Okay. That fucking graphic that you put up, what was
It was better than no graphic. It was like sitting there with like nothing.
I disagree.
What graphic?
Oh, it was terrible.
Was it like the cover of the GameStop box where
you had like a sideways like patch? It just said the patch, and it was like, it was awful. It was awful.
You should replicate the one.
I brought you over. I showed it to you before I uploaded it. Remember?
You approved. You helped him with this?
I don't remember this at all.
I showed it. I was like, look how terrible this looks.
Oh no, that is familiar.
Yeah.
I don't physically remember it looked like that. But I remember
replicate the GameStop cover that everyone was dissing.
That
so
would have
much
been a good idea. For
be,
once in my life, I would have preferred that image.
It would have been like an inside joke to only the people who were on the ground level.
I think it's been deleted expunged from all of our servers. I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, I still got it somewhere.
I would give it to Brandon to post. But it was basically our Rooster Teeth logo, the one we normally use for the podcast, and he had written like diagonally on it the patch in black letters. And that was it. Like, no, like, white stroke around it or anything.
So it was black on black?
Yeah, pretty much. At some points, it was black on
blue.
Did you use Photoshop?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. There it is.
There it is. How do you get to it? I can't.
Make this thing smaller.
Can you? Okay. There, we got it. I mean, that's as big as I can make it.
Look at how horrible that is.
I couldn't even tell that there was a thing there.
I have no memory of seeing that.
I showed it to you.
It didn't even occur to me that there was like...
It looks like you're mad at our old logo, is what it looks like, and you wanted to fuck it up.
It looks like you used a program that was watermarked and you didn't pay for it.
I swear I paid for Photoshop.
It's like new and noteworthy. I think it's horrible.
So thanks, Artus. Again, it's like an impossible name to say.
Jared Free.
Jared Free, no relation to Gavin Free. Thank you for finding and sending us the darkest days.
Now please burn your phone. Thank you.
I made a joke last week talking about
you raised and crushed your own Xbox.
So it's the new style Xbox, right? With the capacitive, the touch-sensitive buttons. Right?
It's the touch-sensitive button, and I made it. I figured if I just twist it to a 5-degree angle and mash it a little bit, that would help it. Didn't help it at all.
That's the main button, right? The eject button is the one you're having trouble with, isn't it?
Well, I just gave up on the button, and I figured I'd just grab it and violently shake it.
No, that makes sense.
Who did you send the picture to?
I sent it to Sarah.
Sarah.
Because I was on the thing, and then Sarah. This is also a test run to see if the pictures would work. But
so apparently there's no picture in the control room
Maybe
right
somebody
now.
on Twitter has a picture of your Xbox.
We'll get it sent over.
We're going to rely on them from now on.
Was your problem resolved by punching it?
Well, I mean, my problem about having a funny photo was resolved. So that worked out pretty well. But yeah. That didn't work at all. So now I have no disk drive.
I had a thing happen.
I have an older Xbox.
You're not missing much.
The click button one.
Yeah, now I can only play digital games until the next one comes out because I have no disk drive. That's horrible.
I have that image now of what happened to your Xbox.
There it is.
Joel, how about you dust?
Yeah. Aside from the broken tray, do you live in a garbage dump? Like, what is that?
See, I know what's happening. You need skin contact to touch those, and dust is made of skin, right? So much dust has compiled that you've now got a finger's worth of dust on your button.
It's become sentient.
Yeah.
All it knows to do is, since it's your finger dust, all it knows to do is push the button.
Yeah,
so it's just like recreating the memory of pushing the button from the past.
A breeze rolls in and Joel's fingerprint made of dust just goes.
Your apartment's so dirty, your Xbox thinks somebody else lives there.
I read an article, and in the article it said dusts help Xboxes process information
Who in the hell? What article did you read that said that?
I just made it up. But yeah, there it is.
I love how
so
we showed the image and we just instantly like go off on something else. You couldn't like dust it a little before you took the picture?
It looks fucking terrible.
Well, you beat the shit out of it. I mean, which is worse, that he has a dusty console or the fact that
you can see the
fingerprints of anger. Like, those are fingerprints of anger. Like, come here, you fucking little fucking...
So wait, and you have one of the old school. That's a that's a
new one.
I have
an
the
older
original
school one.
That's the original.
Tell the board. You go to the board. You say.
Okay.
That's what we did when I went from CEO to creative director.
I guess so, yeah.
Did you write that?
Had a long discussion and talked with Matt about it. Yeah.
Did you write it down afterwards?
What's that?
Did you write it down?
Yeah, I wrote
a letter.
I'm out, bitches. Audi 5000 signed former CEO. No, it wasn't that formal or anything like that. We announced it at a meeting. I think that's.
I think it should be a torch, like an Olympic torch that you actually pass down.
It's a barrel of shit.
To
turn the barrel.
It's on fire, so it smells good.
And everyone's lined up to say how much they hate the barrel.
Are we? Okay, you want to talk about
He had on Oblivion?
Yeah, we told it on the podcast.
Yeah, he
Tell here.
duplicated. What was it, watermelons?
No. So you could go into an Oblivion gate, and at the end of fighting all the Daedra or whatever those guys are called, you get a thing at the top of the tower, and it does something. I can't remember, but they all have they're like a ball that when you drop them on the ground, they actually play a sound. They have like a sound associated with them, and they also have a trail of particles. So if they roll, it's like a little trail. And not many of the items in the game have that. It's usually just like an apple or a basket.
You made a video about this, I remember.
Yeah, so there's a duplication glitch that you could do, because, I used to cheat at games back then. So you could...
What?
You could do a thing where if you draw back on your bow with a ton of arrows, and then you fudge around in the menu a little bit, and you drop an item, the amount of arrows that you have duplicates the item that you drop that many times.
Oh,
if you have 80 arrows, you'll get 80 of the things you just dropped. So I was testing it out. I was like, I have like 300 arrows, I think, or something. So I dropped the first thing I saw in my list, which was this ball of particles, and I let go of the bow. The frame rate just went boom, and all of these balls were like in each other. I was like, oh, it's frozen. And then they just went, and there was like 300 of them. I was like, oh God. And then like another few seconds, and they ended up just like all rolling away, and they would all have particles and all have sounds. So all I could hear was like, and like a load of crap. So I bailed out of the town. I was like, got back out into Oblivion Land or whatever.
See, stuff like that is great.
So I thought, I fixed that problem. But then when I went back in, I was like, it's taken ages to load. And I get in, the frame rate was like 2 frames every 3 seconds.
So you destroyed the town, basically.
I destroyed Bruma. I couldn't go to Bruma.
It's like you dropped the uranium-238.
I could pick stuff up, but I would have to like predict where it was going to be in the next update of the screen. I'd be like, grab it! And it was just utterly pointless. I ruined that whole town.
So you can never go back?
No, or I could, but I walked through it very, very slowly. It'd be fine in all the buildings, but just out about.
Hey Gus, I finished updating the logo. I got a better logo.
Is that it?
Put it up. Oh, there it is. We got the logo in the corner.
What does it say at the top? The internet.
Can you bring it up larger so we can all see it?
Does the internet patch?
The new patch, the patch logo.
Yeah,
like you've got
give
that.
him a second. He's got to scale it.
What is that?
You don't have to scale it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Just show all the pixels. I thought I scaled it for
God,
you.
it looks just like Gavin.
I thought that they were just taking in fan submissions at this point, and we're just putting them up there. What did you make that in?
You say that like it'd be way worse. I made that in Photoshop Elements on my computer right here.
What's Photoshop Elements?
It's like the
lesser version of.
Yeah, it's a cheaper, lesser version.
I should get.
I basically just need it because on Photoshop I do like 4 things.
Trying to hypnotize everybody, like through the power of like every time it flashes, like all of a sudden I gotta eat some fish.
Yeah, I'm trying to make you hungry.
Something's gonna happen. He's like, I ate some fish.
Because you can train people like that. Kind of like you make a dog ring. You ring a bell and you give a dog a treat, and then whenever it hits the bell, it goes. It starts salivating.
Is that what dogs do?
I can go for some sea bass right now. I don't know why.
Dude, we were at a restaurant this weekend, and on the menu they had ocean trout.
It's all a lie. It's all a freaking lie.
Well, there's no ocean trout.
Where do the rivers go?
And listen, when you say ocean on a menu, you mean saltwater. Is there such a thing as a saltwater trout?
Look it up.
Nah. I just want to. They're lying. I don't need the internet.
There's a fish like in South America, and I think they called it the garbage fish or something there locally, and no one wanted it, and then they renamed it. I've told this
tilapia?
Before. Tilapia. They're like, well, we're just going to call it tilapia now, and now it's like everyone's
now it's a delicacy.
It probably is tilapia.
Yeah, it is. I know the story he's telling. It's
oh,
tilapia,
really?
Is it tilapia?
Because all of a sudden, I never heard of a tilapia fish growing up, and all of a sudden, it's on every menu where we're all eating tilapia.
You've heard of the shit.
It's all marketing. They hired the Richards group.
Not me. I don't
garbage fish.
I don't eat that shit. Everything in the ocean's disgusting.
So you're saying there's no trout in the ocean?
Trout is a freshwater fish.
But the most of the planet is ocean. There's probably 1 or 2 trout in there.
What does that mean? So most of the planet's ocean, so an animal has to exist there? What's an ocean human called, Gavin?
Humans don't live in water, you donut. The trout lives in water.
What's a freshwater? Oh, it's going the other way. Never mind. Yeah, let me read this.
I love those ocean goldfish.
Get off this stupid tangent we're on.
It's rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout? I thought trout's freshwater.
Well, it's rainbow trout called ocean trout, which is dumb. Why not just call it rainbow trout? Everybody knows what a rainbow trout is.
Okay, that's dumb.